Hello and welcome to another Dokkan battle video. This we're going to be going over the EZA for Android 17, the MVP of the Tournament of Power. Now, they made a very interesting decision with this guy that I don't know if I agree with or not. So basically, how this guy works. He just has a full 170% to androids and then 120 to fizz, which is pretty decent for a leader skill, honestly. It can actually be very helpful in a lot of different situations. He raises defense for one turn on a super attack. This is 30%, and then he greatly lowers attack and defense, which is like fine. But the problem with that is I kind of wanted him to have a little bit more here because he is specifically designed to be a floater, and they didn't really give him the kind of ideas that I wanted for him to have. Like, for instance, I kind of wanted him to be more of like the potential to be not only a floater but also like a slot 1 character, and he definitely really is not that. He gets 120% attacking defense at the start of turn, which before, again, he only got attack, so now he's getting a full 120% defense on that as well. He gets an additional 120% when performing a super attack, which is good. He gets an additional 17% defense with each attack received up to a max of 50. He still has his 3... Actually, they buffed it. They now give it... Oh, no, it's the same. I thought they buffed it. I thought it was 2 key before, but no, it's still 3 key and 60% defense, which is still ridiculous. I didn't think that they were going to change that too much. But now he gets a baseline 17% damage reduction, which is like fine. And then he gets an additional damage reduction of 40% and an additional all allies defense plus 17% when HP is 77% or below. Did it used to be 70? No, it always used to be 77%. So you kind of are forced to really be under 77% HP when running this guy, which is fine given the other characters that are going to be on the teams that you're running this guy on. Mainly Blue Kaioken, who takes a lot of damage, and like this guy's just basically going to make Blue Kaioken a little bit safer to run whenever he's on rotation. Plus, if you are under that 77% HP, he is giving 77% defense to the entire rotation and 3 key, which is kind of ridiculous, while also having about what 57% damage reduction, which means he should most likely take barely a million or like 100k from every single super attack in the entire game, provided that he is under that certain HP threshold, which is definitely like good, right? But I think the best part about him is the teams that he is on. Mainly, you know, you got the Android team, you got Universe Survival Saga, Superheroes Battle of Fate, like all of these teams, right? They can use him on, and he's probably going to be a standard on every single one of these teams, because like these teams just don't have a lot of things. Universe of Saga in particular, this guy's gonna hard carry alongside Blue Kaioken. Like him, Blue Kaioken, and like the UIs, and you're like winning everything. It doesn't even matter. Superheroes is gonna be a good little buff because he not only has shocking speed, right? He has shocking speed, fierce battle. I don't believe any of the other ones have solid support. I mean, I'm not entirely sure. Hold on, let me check. Do either of you two have solid support? I don't believe so. Oh no, Piccolo does. So he works well with both of the superhero leaders. So you can run him on there, and he's going to give them 3 key as well. So it's going to make them a little bit stronger in that regard. Yeah, it's stuff like Battle of Fate. You can toss him on this team and have like a decent little defense supporter, as well as he's like, you know, still making things work. Again, it's another option for reps a Universe 7 category character, because this guy also leads Power of Wishes, which has Blue Kaioken on it, right? Where's he at? Yeah, Blue Kaioken. So you're able to actually use this, and then let's see how many UI Gokus you have. You have 1, 2, and then MVP 17. So yeah, you do have options here now to run Blue Kaioken on the Battle of Wishes team. Or yeah, the Power of Wishes plus Battle of Fate team, in order to actually get his active skill off. You now have enough runnable characters for that to work. Granted, in UI Goku is kind of bad, so we'd probably still want like a new UI Goku in order to like make that work. It's kind of weird that STR UI Goku's not on it, but the other UI Gokus are. I guess it's because it's specifically against Jiren, and STR UI Goku it was against Kefla, so that's probably why he's not on that one. And then again, you get a Worthy Rivals, which again is one of the Gamma's leader skills, so you can run him on both of the Gammas, I'm pretty sure. Actually, no, you can run him on Gamma 2's team instead of Gamma 1, and then he would still get the 200% lead and make it the Gammas even stronger than they are, because, you know, they're going to link up incredibly well with stuff like Android Assault, and actually mainly just Android Assault, because I don't even think they link that well with the Gammas. Hold on, let me see real quick. comparing Gamma 1, because they pretty much have the same link set. Gamma 1 and Gamma 2. They're going to share 3 links together: Android Assault, Shocking Speed, Fierce Battle. But like the main part is the fact that he's giving them 60% defense. That has always been amazing about him, that he's giving such a large amount of defensive support. Plus the fact now that he's giving it even more so if he falls below that HP threshold that you already want him to be at. It really does put him in a very interesting spot where he isn't the best EZA TUR in the game. And that's a fact. He's just not. But he's extremely solid and definitely runnable on every single one of those teams that you're going to want that kind of extra bit of oomph for. Mainly every single team that Blue Kaioken is on, this guy is going to be able to pretty much work pretty fine there. The only thing is, like, he's not going to be on like some of the other teams, like the Warriors Used on Earth team or Turtle School or anything like that, because you know those are Goku and Earthling based teams, and for some reason the androids don't count as being raised on Earth despite them being human before they got turned into android. It's weird. But I definitely think this is a big step in towards some very interesting stuff. Oh, so he's on Final Trump Card as well. Yeah, so he can be ran on both of the 8th anniversary teams. I think this one needs it more, like from these guys. Just because like they're not nearly as strong as the other ATL are. And that's just because like the fights aren't long enough for them to get to the point where they are that strong. Are we able to use Blue Kaioken's active on this team? 1, 2... Well, actually, it's just 1. 2. Doesn't seem like it. So we're definitely going to need more characters from the Reps of Universe 7 team in order to actually make this work. Because Powerful Wishes doesn't really have, like, Reps of Universe 7 on it. I mean, except for Roshi. So you have technically 3. But are you really going to use the old Blue Kaioken to get that active skill off? Probably not. So there's definitely a lot of things that you can do with this Android 17 that's going to make him incredibly helpful. My only problem with him EZAing right now is he doesn't help Super 17 at all unless you're running Super 17 on his leader skill or on like the Gammas. Because I don't believe, yeah, no, you probably wouldn't even want to run him on one of the Gamma leader skills. You'd probably just want to run him on the 170 Androids team because it's like Super 17, he wants to be ran with extreme class allies, and the Gammas, again, that's more super class allies. So you want to make sure that you're like getting that part of his passive up. Granted, I would have preferred if Super 17 didn't have to deal with that, but he does. So let's just take a minute here to just be like, yeah, Super 17 is in a very bad spot, and this guy doesn't really help him much at all. If he were to be on the team, he would still nerf Super 17 because you'd be losing basically 10% attack defense, which again is something that like is negligible. It's definitely something that you can like avoid, but like it doesn't feel worth it to bring this guy on Super 7, like a team with Super 17, when before he transforms you're just nerfing the base form Super 17. It doesn't really help anything. Anyway, that's pretty much everything I had to say about this guy. Like I think he's good. I'm gonna definitely be running him on everything. For your builds, like I'm not sure. Look, this is his stats. Like he has very decent stats. Like, if you want to maximize his defensive potential, I would say give him additional. Like, because, again, we have a lot of stages that cancel dodging. But I also do think full dodge is probably good. I think mine right now has full additional. I can check. I'm pretty sure he does. But, if you went full dodge or full additional, I feel like you're probably doing it correct. Like, if you're not a fan of dodge and don't think dodge builds work and blah-de-blah-de-blah, dodge sucks, go full additional and he'll be able to squeeze out an extra 60% defense every single turn. Or you go dodge and you have a very high chance of actually like dodging a bunch of attacks and being completely fine and him not taking damage anyway. But I think for me, I'm probably just gonna keep him with like a mix of additional and dodge. That way he's consistently doing both and able to still probably get as much defense as possible when you can't cancel, when dodge is canceled, and then when he's dodging around and everything like that and other events, he'll still work pretty well. So that's pretty much how I feel about this guy. Like we should have gotten information on Prime Metal Cell as well, but we just didn't. So that's weird. I definitely think this guy's probably going to end up being more relevant than LR Prime Battle Cell, and probably a lot of the other EZA TORs that have been like coming out recently. Definitely, I think he's better than Super Vegito at the very least. So let's see, what does mine have currently? Oh, mine's 55% actually. So he doesn't have anything. Oh, well, that answers that question. I didn't even realize that. Huh. Have I really not pulled this guy since he came out in 2018? That's kind of wild to me. Anyway, let me know what you guys feel about this 17 in the comments down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys all in the next video.